Hi, it's Boyce here again, Brent Boyce from Farmwise LIC in Tasman. I'm hoping that you guys are safe and secure where you are. Now, I've been in this role for something like 25 years and I've seen a lot of things, and I think this is our most challenging time. As you might be able to see behind me here in Tasman, we're still in a drought. 71 mil since Christmas, and it's very brown still. Not quite greening up, but like every farmer, it's another day close to the rain, and I'm always hopeful. Around our wider region, things are looking pretty good with pasture recovering and cows looking actually quite good and producing well. While the climate is still a big thing for us here, I think this COVID-19 thing is a lot bigger. In many ways as farmers we're lucky. Generally we're pretty much already self-isolating and we need to just get on with it and keep the country running. Now, as you're probably aware, LIC has been approved by the Minister as an essential service. Herd testing is still operating, but just self-testing only. The LIC field techs, etc., these services have been temporarily suspended. That may change in the future. The LIC call centres are operational, all working from home. And of course now is a great time to catch up with all your records. Get ready for the last herd test, etc., as we're unable to do blanket dry cow therapy over the whole herd now. So the wider LIC team is able to provide essential services to help ensure your farming business can maintain effective operation. Things are fluid at the moment and changing regularly, so I'd suggest you get on the website for updates or contact your LIC Agri Manager on the phone. For us here on the Farmwise team, we're doing our bit too. We can and are doing farm visits. These are undertaken with very strict visit protocols of distance and hygiene. Simply no physical interaction from the consultants with the farmer, their staff, their houses or offices. We can very safely undertake essential farm, herd and pasture visits, so for us we can carry on, just be very careful about it, mindful of your safety and ours. When we visit, we will be in separate vehicles and talk by hands-free on the phone as we drive if possible. We prefer you to open all the gates so we don't actually touch anything. We like to be self-contained. We can also conduct our visits using Skype and Zoom, etc. We're able to share documents on screen, conduct normal meetings and talk with several people at once in real time. With the feed situation around the country as it is, I think it's really critical that we're able to catch up, say, for some people with the feed situations that they are, even weekly on Zoom, etc. Very important. If there's one thing that I've learned from all this, some of this technology is fascinating and it's free. If people are safe, the production of our food and its delivery to those people is our priority, we can get it done. So what do we need to concentrate on the farm right now? Planning for next season is number one. I know it's a good payout, but don't sacrifice next year while trying to maximise this one. It will end badly. The focus needs to be from now on the basics: cow condition, pasture cover, grazing rotation, feed budgets, winter planning and supplements. You have choice for most things. For cow condition, you can dry off light cows, reduce their milking frequency, reduce cow numbers, especially culls and empties if you can get them away, and possibly feed the remainder more. I'd say here, I note that there's significant dialogue going through to MPI at present to keep our works and sale yards functioning at the highest levels. These are essential for animal welfare. There are some bottlenecks occurring. We need to keep trying to get through these as much as possible. Pasture covers, we need to reduce demand and increase feed supply if possible. It is getting colder. The strategic use of nitrogen is still our cheapest feed. 2 rounds of straight N or N-based fert between now and the end of May could well be our best option. PK has become very expensive, but will still be a good choice for both dryers and milkers. Grazing rotation. This requires real discipline. If you are grazing off, you may be okay to stay on a 30-day round well into May. If you've got cows on, you need to be on at least a 30 to 35-day round now and heading towards a 45 to 50-day round in mid-April. And start pushing out to 60 days plus in mid-May. Grazing rotation, it's pretty much non-negotiable. If you miss one target, the effects of that one mistake can spill over into the following months as a cumulative disaster. We must build covers for winter and for the spring. Now, winter feed supplements and grazing, hopefully you still have it. If not, get cracking. Get on the phone and work hard to secure supplies. If you're struggling, talk to people. Very important. And note, of course, pre-calving, get some N on. Again, in the 2 to 3 weeks leading up to it, I quite like a DAP ammonium sulfate and your air mix in spring, something like a 50 mix to say something like Cropmaster 20 in your air at 100 to 125 kgs to the hectare. Works well around here. Importantly, get a realistic feed budget completed. It's better to know what is needed and to fill those gaps as they occur than to plunge blindly. Monitor pasture covers. Do this weekly. Zoom to us, text to us, give us the information. We need to keep on top of this, guys, because in some places it's pretty tough. Talk to people. Get on the phone. That's what we're here for. One thing that's just been brought to my attention is worms in young stock, and even in the milking herd. It's been dry, there's been some rain, the grass is short in many places, but we've got green grass just about coming, and it's still reasonably warm. This is a perfect storm for high worm burdens, so be vigilant. Just one thing in regards to milking frequency. As many of you know, I've been the architect of 3 and 2 and 10 and 7 for around 20 years. And it's great to see the incredible interest that this is now generating. I had the opportunity to hook into the DRNZ webinar on milking frequency earlier this week, run by Dr. Paul Edwards. This was run really well. It's encouraging to see the trial results and conclusions coming out that are backing up our practical experiences on farm. It's a shame, but necessary, that the National Once a Day Conference side have both had to be cancelled. I was hoping to speak at both those so we could talk a bit more about this. On that, if you do have any questions on milking frequency, I am more than happy to answer any calls, texts or emails you have. I'd just like to reiterate again the thoughts about cow numbers, etc. Please talk to your contacts. It's very important we keep the dialogue going. Farm consultancy has been my career now for nearly 25 years. And it's times like this that I'm so proud of our industry and the people in it. This COVID-19 seems to have invaded all parts of society and our thinking at the moment. But it too shall pass, and it too will become part of our history. We will talk about this in years to come. Hopefully we can look back on this with pride on how we behaved with dignity and how we adapted, learnt and grew from this thing. Here at FarmWise, we're here to help. We're everywhere throughout New Zealand. Find us on the LIC website or ring us 0800 FarmWise or get in touch with me personally. Stay calm on the farm and good luck to you all. Cheers.